But we had other controversy in the world of the WWE this past week at one of their live events. Did you hear about what happened? The incident in Peoria?
I heard about an incident at a house show. I didn't know it was now called the incident in Peoria. Was it that big
incident.
a deal?
Well, the Peoria Civic Center is aware of it. They're calling it an incident, the incident. Apparently, here's what happened. This has now made news on, I don't know how many wrestling news sites, and the arena in question has issued an official statement on this matter. And I'm fucking dying. Apparently, Karrion Kross is wrestling Drew McIntyre in Peoria at the Civic Center, which, by the way, was the site in 1989 of the rematch between Ric Flair and Bobby Eaton. But anyway, for the NWA World title. But anyway, Karrion Kross is wrestling Drew McIntyre. And of course, Scarlett is at ringside. And they do a spot where the referee's distracted and Scarlett slaps Drew McIntyre. And apparently some woman stood up and threw, well, let me read this from itrwrestling.com, our friends across the pond at Inside the Ropes. itrwrestling.com says, while the referee's back was turned, I can't do the accent, Scarlett Bordeaux slapped McIntyre, causing outrage from the crowd in attendance. One woman in the crowd was especially angry and threw an entire plastic cup of an alcoholic drink on the valet. Security immediately checked on Scarlett, as well as ejecting the woman and her family. So it was a family affair. They were all out for a night at the Graps. The police were called following the incident. But according to PW Insider, another very fine website, there was no physical altercation between the two women, and Scarlett Bordeaux got right back to work after security checked on her. And basically, the Peoria Civic Center has issued a statement on this incident that is apparently now going to be analyzed as much as the Zapruder film of the Kennedy assassination. They say, we are aware of the incident that took place at the WWE event on Saturday, November 12th. Fortunately, our Peoria Civic Center security team, along with the Peoria police, quickly identified the individuals responsible and escorted them out of the building for the remainder of the show. While we were disappointed in the actions of a couple and the brief distraction they caused, over 4,000 enthusiastic WWE fans were treated to a very entertaining event. Peoria police told WMBD that no charges were filed after the incident and no arrests were made.
Quote, we said, go home.
Just leave, go home. Oh, my God. And again, Scarlett tweeted, apparently she's from Chicago. And, of course, Peoria is in Illinois, too. That's about the only thing you say about Peoria. As a classy woman from Chicago, I'm not surprised that something like this would happen in Peoria. P.S. P.S. to the granny who threw the drink, your booze was as cheap as your hairdo.
That's pretty good.
Now, see that? Okay, Scarlett, yay. Hey, hold on here one second. Hold on. Let me give the... But now I know, and somebody's been waiting for me to say, oh, well, back in my day, they didn't have any security and this and that and everything and blah, blah, blah. And they should have thrown the thing on her and somebody should have gone over the rail and tackled her. No. But it's hilarious to me that we have come to the point where this is news. A heel got a beer thrown on him at a wrestling show. That anybody noticed, practically. Much less news, much less the arena issuing a statement. Can you imagine if this was 1976, the Greenville Memorial Auditorium in South Carolina has issued the following statement. We are aware of the old man that stabbed Ole Anderson half an inch from his heart last Monday night. Fortunately, he ran off, but we were able to fucking find him anyway. And Peggy Lathan put a compress on Ole's chest so he didn't bleed to death before the ambulance got there, and they took him and they put 160-something stitches in his chest. But apart from that brief distraction, everybody else seemed like they had a great time.
Here's a list of the 98 people kicked out tonight for throwing beer.
Yes, here is...
and their families.
Here is the police blotter from the 12 people in Tulsa that were taken out of the Assembly Center in fucking handcuffs and thrown in a police van after they were pulled off of fucking manager Jim Cornette. You know, not a single fucking cop in any of the goddamn interactions that I've ever had that I've told you about or that I have told the stories of ever came to me after and said, "Are you okay?" They just assumed if I was ambulatory. And I mean, as far as getting a beer thrown on you, 8 or 10 beers on the way back to the ring, a lot of times was a good night because that meant that they couldn't actually physically get to you and they had to throw shit. So, but I just cracked up that this would be, you know, what maybe Little Rock, the Barton Coliseum could have issued a statement about the guy that vomited on me. Yes, well, fortunately, our Peoria Civic Center EMT followed the trail of vomit and was able to arrest and or hospitalize the perpetrator. But yeah, it's now it's come to this that the buildings are issuing statements.